And welcome back from that break. Glad you're still watching Science Breakfast with me, Alan Hubbard, and sign language interpreter is Chebi Watt. This morning we are with Professor Fred Ogola, and we are talking about the Democracy Day that is celebrated every other 15th of September. Do you know the father of democracy? You know, Prof, I had a short stint in Washington, D.C., and I got to see the monument of Lafayette, who is touted to be the father of a democracy. And even as he is the father of democracy, the African continent and Kenya particularly, we haven't really gotten it.
Yes.
What do we need to do? Or what are some of the systematic things we need to put in place for us to be able to achieve democracy even to somewhat where it would be beneficial to us as a country?
Now, if you go ask my grandmother in the village,
yes,
what is democracy? What will she tell you?
Ni kuweza kupiga kura na kuchagua ule mtu ambaye anataka.
And is that democracy? It cannot be. It cannot be. In fact, democracy is about 5 things. 1, empowered citizens.
Yeah.
Do you think that our citizens are empowered? And I tell you, empower is 2. 1 is knowledge, and 2
is the capacity
capacity.
Yeah.
If you cannot influence how your money goes, someone decides for you,
Yeah.
even the capitation. Someone, instead of paying teachers salaries, employing more teachers, decide to give them 100 million in one day in a handout. How empowered are we? So the first thing is, how do we empower citizens? Empowerment, people use this empowerment, like you see what they're moving around with this money, they're moving around giving 100 million per day for empowerment.
Yeah.
Empowerment cannot be only monetary. If you give monkey money, what will the monkey do with the money?
It will blow it in the forest.
So then that's what is happening. You need to give the monkey the knowledge, isn't it? I heard Ruto saying that he consumes raw intelligence, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I thought about that thing last night and I said, by the way, what is raw intelligence? Raw intelligence is intelligence as we call it data.
Yeah.
You know, data is not information.
Yeah.
So it seems Ruto consumes raw intelligence and he has not been able to process it.
To decipher that data.
And diversify it to make it to information he can now use to make.
So basically, he is like a computer. He sings ones and zeros, ones and zeros.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he cannot convert that into consumable knowledge that can convert the economy.
Yeah.
Maybe someone needs to cook this knowledge for him so that it can be consumable. You know, cooking, eh?
Fathomable to him.
Fathomable. Maybe somebody needs to chew it for him.
Yeah.
Chew it for him.
Yeah.
So that he can just swallow it. So he consumes raw intelligence.
Yeah.
And you know that sometimes you can eat, like if you eat, in my culture, there's this thing called ombul. There's something like a seed.
Yeah.
They said if you swallow it, the way it comes from your mouth, it also comes out without any digestion, raw.
Without any
raw
digestion.
to raw.
Yeah.
So you come on, inatoka left, inatoka na right.
Yeah.
So that's raw. Empower citizens so that they can make decisions for themselves. And empowerment must be monetary, but also knowledge.
Yeah.
Secondly is fairness. How fair is this system? When you hear now someone say, we are in broad-based government because it's our time to eat. There have been no resources going to our community because, is there no system to allocate resources regardless of who has handshaked who?
Yeah.
You know, after election should be that every Kenyan get the services equally because everybody pays its taxes equally. Why should it be that someone says, you know, we are in government, and now that we are in government, we want more development in our area. Now the president can visit this county more than the other one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like now we are being told the president, the best lover in the country is Homa Bay, isn't it? Maybe because the woman rep is there, the governor is a woman, isn't it? But I don't want to go there because those are small stories. The issue is that, Alan, why don't we ensure that whenever you are, the system knows how to allocate resources to everybody? Where are some regions seen to be marginalized?
Yeah.
Why do we need affirmative action to do things? So the time here we talked, Alan, I told you there are 2 types of economies. There's something called affirmative action economy. Affirmative action economy is throwing money at places you prefer, isn't it? But the second one economy is called structural economy. Structural economy has a process upon which everything is done. So fair process
Yeah.
is the second thing needs to be done to get democracy.
Yeah.
The third one is called responsive policy. What do I mean by that? Instead of you sitting in State House and telling people you need affordable housing,
Yeah.
responsive policy means listen to what Kenyans are looking for, isn't it? Because they're the owners of this country.
Yeah.
God created Kenyans. Second, Kenyan people came together and begot their sovereign power. The sovereign power creates the constitution, then the constitution creates offices. So whom should you be working for? You should be working for the people of Kenya. You understand?
Yeah.
But here, is there a way on which you have a responsive policy? That's why my party, which I call Hekima Alliance, came out with 3 taglines. Hekima Mashinani means go to Kilifi, go to Malindi, go to Nyeri, go to Karatina. Listen to hekima ya watu mashinani. Sahi ukienda Migori, do you think the elders don't know what they want for Migori County?
They do.
So why should someone sitting in Nairobi dictate to them what they want to be done there? So responsive policy means you look at the people,
Yeah.
you see what they're asking for, you listen to them, then you respond to them. That's why in our philosophy in Hekima we said, listen, 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 tweak, and evolve. Listen, tweak, and evolve. So you listen to the people. You have an economic idea,
Yeah.
but you have to listen to the people. That's what I call responsive policy. Then change something that could be interesting. For example, if you go to Kambani, those people need water, they don't need affordable housing. No, they don't need. I was in Ukambani, Bana. Do you know how much expensive is a bottle of mineral water in Ukambani? And yet those people are also paying taxes, isn't it? So the fourth one is information and communication.
Yeah.
How much informed are the people on the ground? How much informed are the citizenry? How much information do we have? What you have is misinformation, disinformation,
And propaganda.
and propaganda. The president said the other day that as we speak now, the dollar is doing very well against the Kenya shilling, isn't it? The Kenya shilling is doing very well against the dollar, which is okay. The only thing he didn't tell Kenyans is that the dollar has lost value. In 2025 alone, the dollar has lost 10% of its value. If you think I'm wrong, I'm an economist. Go and look at the Reserve Bank of the US.
Yeah.
They are actually complaining about the dollar. And remember, there are some countries that do not want the dollar now, so the dollar has lost value. So it's not that the Kenyan shillings has gained.
That's gained, yeah.
It has lost value.
This is something that is happening globally.
Yeah, the other thing which disinformation he has said that he has created 5 million jobs. Alan, do you know that we have 45,000 NYS in Kenya, isn't it? And at least you have a relative or a friend who works there, isn't it? How can you get 5 million people employed by William Ruto and you don't know any? In my WhatsApp group, I don't know anybody who has got a job where he's talking about. You get me? No, seriously.
Yeah.
In your village, tell me in your WhatsApp group or your Christian community or wherever you pray or your boys club, tell me who told you Ruto amempatia kazi. And he said he has given people 5 million jobs.
Does the job need to be direct?
No, but I'm saying
Yeah.
we need at least to know. Do you know, my brother, your WhatsApp group, when Ruto became president, there are people asking for jobs, isn't it? They are still asking for jobs in that WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
No one has exited. In fact, we need to create up a jobless WhatsApp groups so that if we don't see left,
Yeah.
then you know there's nothing going on. Who has left a WhatsApp group, jobless WhatsApp group? I have not seen any. The same people asking for jobs in 2021, 2022, they're still asking. So I've not seen someone who left. I also have relatives who are jobless. I have friends who are jobless. I've not seen them getting these jobs he's talking about.
Yeah.
He said SHA is working, healthcare is working, everybody can afford healthcare and the rest, isn't it? So misinformation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lack of communication cannot help us have democracy because we cannot hold our leaders into accountability. If you don't even know what is the work of MCA, do you know the work of your MP? Do you know how much budget they receive to construct roads? Like I was Kitui Rural, I told you, MPs receive 100 million per year to do roads, isn't it? I didn't see what they do with that money. And lastly, social cohesion. Democracy cannot work if we don't feel one another. You know, Americans, all of them feel American.
Yeah.
They even have an American dream, isn't it? For us, somebody must feel Luo first, is when they feel Kenyan. Someone feels Kalenjin first before they feel Kenyan.
Yeah.
And in Kenya, we always believe that my community, my community, my community. Yesterday, I was very mad with somebody on Space. I don't want to mention their name because they're not here. When he was telling me that his community has suffered for long. And I asked him, your community now has 4 governors, isn't it? Receiving 10 billion per year from national government. What are they doing with it? Now they've been there for 15 years. So 15 years times 10, one county has received 150 billion. What have they done with it? Is it to do with the president? They have MPs who receive CDF bursaries and the rest. What have they done with it? So you can say, my community, my community. Let us be honest, Alan. No community has led Kenya since independence. No community. Kenya has been led by individuals. Kenyatta Senior was Kenyatta Senior. He was not ruling on behalf of Kikuyus. And I can tell you, Kikuyu community has held this position. One of the sons of Kikuyu has held this position for 15 years. 35 years. Kenyatta did 15. Kibaki did 10, isn't it?
And Uhuru did 10.
Uhuru did 10. Those are 35, isn't it? But if you go to Madeira, jigas are still eating them, isn't it? So is there a bank account for the Kikuyus where Kenyatta left money, Kibaki left money, Uhuru left money? No. It is Uhuru's family who led the country for 10 years. Kibaki did. Kenyatta did. So don't see another community as a problem to you. We need social cohesion. I should see you as a Kenyan, just like Americans see each other as Americans. Of course, they think, so Middle East, I don't know, Western, I don't know, South. Those ones are there, but they are just languages. Americans feel American. So without social cohesion, without information and communication, responsive policy, a fair process, and empowered citizenry, democracy cannot work. Because then what we are having is just kind of a propaganda. No one understands what it means to elect a president. Some people, like you said, the voter turnout in 2022 was very low, isn't it? Why? Maybe people don't see why they are going to vote, isn't it? They think voting is that my tribesman is not there. You see, Mount Kenya in 2027, the turnout was, 2022 was very low because there was nobody from Mount Kenya who was a presidential candidate, isn't it? Now, this time, you might find that another community that voted very highly because their members, their person who was not running might actually not vote. So we need really a lot of things to make democracy work. But nevertheless, let's be honest, you know, once you have removed your clothes, you must shower. So on democracy, tulishatoa nguo. So we must take the shower. We just have to take the shower rightly, but there's no turning back. I've had some economists who make silly records saying, oh, SGR is bad. It is in our balance sheet. What can you do? You can't say, forget about Kenya, let's start afresh. No. We are already with it. We have been with it for over 60 years. We have to continue with it. But now we have to work on those 5 things so that democracy can work.
Well, very nicely put together. And we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Professor, ni sabuni ya aina gani tunahitaji ndio tupige shower?
Yes.
That is what we're going to be talking about, as we will also be winding up the conversation and also just getting to see, it seems like, not it seems, it is the young people who are pushing for a change in this country currently, as those who are already no longer young, they are turning their eye, they are turning on the other side and not wanting to listen. A young person who is trying to push for democracy, what are you going to advise them to do consistently so that one day they get to see the day of fulfilled democracy? Keep it Science TV, and we're going to be back after the break.
Good.